Now, before we jump into the trailers I want to take a look at this week, I did want to take a couple of minutes and talk about a short film I watched recently from another content creator here on the platform known as Mr. H Reviews. This is a content creator I've watched for a while. He was known for having, when I got into his content, he did a lot of like deep dives and some news things in like the Alien and the Predator universe and things like that. He did other things as well in entertainment, especially with like Fox Films and stuff, but lots of Alien stuff and like Alien Covenant and even Prometheus and Alien, all the Alien stuff. He's all about aliens and Predator as well, and upcoming projects, past projects, just all that stuff. He's since kind of evolved a bit. And because, the Alien and Predator news only gets you so far, but he's since evolved and he's now doing more commentary on like, it's still movie and show related things, still within that same realm. But like he does a lot of takes on like trailers and upcoming movies and current things that are going on, kind of like I do here on this podcast. He's a little bit, he has his views on things, and that's fine, no problem. But I really enjoy his channel. I check him out quite a bit. But he, a while back, did a crowdfunding to make a short film. And the name of that film is Black Fields. And I was looking forward to this. I heard him talk about it all the time when I would watch his content. I hear him mention, I'm working on this movie. There were even people saying, because he was doing crowdfunding, as I said, oh, he's going to rip you off. He's not really making a movie. He's ripping all of you off. Well, he made a movie. It's a short film. It's a very short film. It's like 12 to 15 minutes long. We're not going to watch it today, but I am going to give my thoughts on it. I'd planned on doing a full review, but my channel's been going through some changes the past couple of weeks, and I just don't have time to go down to the studio and do a full-on review. So I thought right here on the podcast was a good time to give my thoughts and, just kind of get the word out on it and have some people go check it out. It's 12 to 15 minutes of your life. It's not the end of the world. Now, this film is, how best to describe it? It's very low budget. It is very low budget, and it is, by his own account, made for fans. It's for his fans, and if you don't like it, then you don't like it. As I said, it's very low budget, but some of the things in it were very high quality. Most notably, the costumes and all the costumes were great. The costumes, the swords, and all that. It's kind of like it's a fantasy world, and it's almost like a kind of a Norse kind of Viking. There's a group of guys, I think it's 4 or 5 of them, that are coming from somewhere. They're going across this area, and they're trying to get home, and this creature or thing or something, an entity, starts picking them off one by one, and they're just trying to get out of there. And it's not Viking or Norse mythology that I don't think it is. They look kind of a mishmash of a bunch of different mythologies and or cultures, and it's a fantasy, and that was where the movie really did well. That and the production design, everything looked really nice. It had lots of, they didn't necessarily give you lots of background, but you get the feeling that there's lots of background here, that there's just lots of, there's a world, this is a lived in world, and these are characters that have, more to them and other things, and there's like a clan or something they're going to. They say little things, little hints are dropped, and you feel like there's so much more in this world. You don't necessarily get all of that in this movie, though. The movie it's a horror. I mean, it's put as a horror. He says it's a horror film. I guess it's horror. There's a monster, and it's tracking them down. It's not a very long movie, as I said. We don't get a lot. We just get snippets. It's almost like a treatment, like he's like a pitch for something bigger. That's how I kind of saw it. I did enjoy it. It was, once again, it doesn't give you a lot. It starts out with these guys walking across. The very beginning of it is one of them being attacked and shit tons of blood spraying out everywhere. You don't get to see the kill, but you see the blood just pouring out in a river. I like that. I like lots of blood. I like gratuitous amounts of blood, so that was great. And after that, we get a lot of shots of these guys going across like Middle Earth looking territory. I get the Black Fields, I suppose. And this creature's hot on their tail. And then they make camp, and it starts to pick them off, and they have their little fights. And then we have the last man standing, of course, who goes into the fight. I will say the only thing that kind of it disappointed me to a degree about the film, but then I thought about it and I wasn't as disappointed, was the ending. The ending was somewhat anticlimactic to a degree, and it was fairly sudden. When there's something that's built up within, the small time frame you have, and when it happens, it just kind of it's just real. It's done. It happens, and you're like, oh, well, okay, we're there. There we are. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate that. I just didn't like that was the end of it. I wanted more, which I guess that's a good thing. I want more of this world. I would really like to see what he could do with more money to expand upon this world, and I kind of get the feeling, I could be totally off the mark here, but I get the feeling that that's what he was going for. There is more to this world. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got like a full screenplay or lots more notes about these characters, this world, and what they're going to do, what they've been doing, what this creature is. You don't really get a lot of that. The creature itself looks pretty cool, and that's one of the things I was like, the creature effects, the costumes, the weaponry, all that stuff looks great. Like, really, it looks, if you see how little this movie was made for, it's like, wow, that stuff looks like legit. There's not much more in it, though. They're out in the Black Fields. They're just running around out there. It's some beautiful countryside that they're in, and there's some really nice shots. You can tell they use drone. There's a lot of drone footage in this, but it's really good drone footage. There's a few more fade in, fade outs in the first couple of minutes of the movie than are for my taste. Didn't hate it, but it almost seemed kind of like the beginning of a trailer, if you will. But once again, you have a small compressed amount of time that you're trying to convey a certain message, so I get it. That was fine. Once again, this seemed like it was more of a concept, like that he was trying to say, hey, this is almost like a pitch video. Like, this is what I want to do, but on a grander scale. And if that's the case, I'm game. I want to see more. I do, just like on Starship Troopers. Do you want to see more? Yes, I do. I want to see more of this world. It had interesting characters. You didn't get a ton of their backstory, but you got enough to make you say, I want to know more about this guy. Like one of the guys, and there's actually a prequel film that's only 3 or 4 minutes long about this character. And Bjorn, I believe is his name, and he has a battle, not an axe, but I don't know what you call it. It's not a mace. It's like a hammer, it's a hammer, a battle hammer of sorts. And his hammer's name is Frida, and he's apparently got a relationship with him and Frida. That's his sidearm or whatever, his weapon. It's his woman. But things like that, little things like that are there. And you just feel like there's more. I want more. There's more there, but the movie didn't have the time or the ability to tell you anymore. And that's what I took this as. Once again, could be way off the mark. I don't know. But it is worth checking out. It's free. It's on YouTube. He does have a Blu-ray he's selling of it as well, with a whole lot of other features and things, is my understanding. Check out his channel for that, Mr. H Reviews. And I know this is kind of an informal review. This is nothing like my regular review style, but I did want to kind of get the word out there on it because I know what it's like. I made I made a short film once. I shot a short film, never actually released it, still got that footage somewhere. I understand how hard it is, so knowing what I went through to make that and then seeing what I ended up with, which is laughably bad, and then seeing this, I'm like, you know what, I can tell a lot of work went into this, especially, like I said, with the creature design and the costume design and the weaponry and all that stuff, and even the shots with the drone and everything. It all looked great. Yes, you can tell that this is this movie was made with very little money, but when you know that it was made with very little money, you'll look at it and say, well, it looks pretty good. You could tell they put a lot of effort into it. But I just want to see more, and I would like to know from him or from anyone who knows, is there more? Was this kind of a proof of concept kind of thing? Was this a pitch to say, hey, what do you think of this? How's this world pique your taste? Do you want more? I've got more. I feel like there's more, and I'd really love to see this world expanded upon. So hopefully we'll get that one day. But as it stands right now, we got this 12 to 15 minute little short film. It's definitely worth checking out. Go into it with the understanding it is a very low budget film, but give it a shot, and it's not much your time. I think you'll enjoy what you see, and there is some creative stuff going on here, and I'm still kind of blown away how high quality a lot of the stuff in it is for the little amount of money that they had. But yeah, that's Blackfields by Mr. H Reviews. Check out his channel, it's on there, or just search Blackfields and it'll show up. It's one of the, I think it's the only thing. I think there's a band or a song or something that pops up too, but it's not that. It's Blackfield Short Film 2021. Check that out. It's absolutely worth, the 12 to 15 minutes that you'll take to see it. And check out Nate H's, Mr. H's Reviews YouTube channel as well. He's got some pretty funny takes over there. It's got a lot of good content. And if you're into aliens and Predator kind of stuff, check his stuff out there. And this guy does some alien isolation streams too. Those are pretty neat as well. And any of my fan base might like that, because my alien isolation VR stream, you guys like those. He does a whole lot more than I do. He's gotten a lot further in that game than I have as well. But yeah, check it out. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Jarcast Movie Podcast. If you like this and want more, then check out the Jacob Anders Review YouTube channel, where you can also find movie reviews every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. You can also listen to the entire podcast on all major podcasting platforms such as Spotify, Google, and iTunes. So if you prefer audio, whichever one is your preferred, check it out there. Once again, I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching. And as always, stay sexy, YouTube.